Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey. The Mustangs are back. Everybody in a GT500 going around Eagle Rock Speedway. Can't imagine a better way to start the video. This is going to be perfect. It's going to be absolutely clean. And around turn one, a little bit of contact right there, but nothing too bad. Some more contact up front. All four of us are going to get involved here. And just when things look like they're calming down, I'm going to get pinned up against the wall, go on two wheels, and get absolutely fucked. Hey, sick, dude. Really appreciate that. That's my idea of a good Friday night, getting pinned up against the wall in Forza. Anyways, we made our way to lap 5 cleanly, caught up to 8th and 7th place. Going to try to get around these guys, but some more contact, believe it or not. This guy is holding the drift. Fishtails back to the right. My ass goes right back up in the air on a different two wheels this time. We were on the left side the first time around, and now we're on the front two wheels this time. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, that was pretty much the extent of the watchable content from that race. So let's move on. Completely forget about it. We got Suzuka short. Once again, of course, everybody in the Mustangs around turn 1, grabbing a couple of positions quickly. That's a good start. Around turn 2, can we get one more from the guy hanging around the outside? I'll squeak up ahead, but into the braking zone. Can we keep it? Doesn't look like we can. He'll filter right back in front. And now this is where things get tricky. We're entering the technical section of the track in a Mustang with 760 horsepower. That's enough horsepower to like make the Wendy's Biggie Bag I ate for lunch come back up. So luckily it's Forza, and well, there are a bunch of guys off the track right there, showcasing how 760 horsepower and not a whole lot of handling doesn't really come together to make a great combo. But actually, I do have to say, I was pretty surprised at how good these things do handle for having all that horsepower and not necessarily being a car built for handling. It's pretty darn good. I am glad to see this hopper again, though. Definitely one that I was looking forward to. I don't think it's always a good idea to recycle through the hoppers, which they're doing a lot of lately, but this one in particular, I'm glad to see pop up on the menus again. It's usually the hoppers where they throw everybody in the same car, same spec, and just say, go out there, race each other, and figure out who's the fastest person in that car, in that lobby. Those are usually my favorite races, the ones that produce the best racing, at least in my experience. It's really the most balanced that this game is going to get, tossing everybody in the same car, same spec. So it's good fun. And on the other hand, you've got the open classes. Like last week, we had B class, or as I like to call it, go get your ass absolutely clapped by an exo set, because that's pretty much what it is. First, second, and third in pretty much every lobby are an exo set, the best car in that class by far. And then every other car kind of filters in behind that. It is pretty fun to try to beat the exo sets, though. Like, I put a target on the exo sets at the beginning of each of those B-class races, and if I can beat one, it just makes that race a little extra special. Can you tell I got a little riled up in B-class last week? It was an absolute joy. All right, we picked things back up. Lap 3, coming through the S's. Wolfhound up ahead in 5th place. Hopefully, we can get a pass done on him a little sooner than later. Around the long right-hander, he'll drift wide. I'll keep it narrow, stick to the right side to get a better line. Coming back to the left, flip the switch on him. And as we take the shortcut back out onto the straight to finish off lap 3, we get that move done. And to go along with it, a nice run on 4th and 3rd place with a bit of the draft. So how are we going to do this here? There's a nice little gap right in between those cars, and I'm eyeing it up. It's closing a little bit, though, so I think better of it. Not going to make it 3 wide here. That is a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, and speaking of an absolute disaster, I introduce you to lap 5. This is going to be fun. So, lap 1, 3rd place has a bit of trouble, finds the beach, kicks up some sand. We'll all find our way through. Now, Wolfhound is coming back at me, momentarily pushing me down into 5th place, but as we enter into the S's, I'll go ahead and grab 4th place right back from him, managing to hold him off for now. This is becoming a very close race. 2nd through 5th are all within a second, and now 1st place is not too far away, only about 2.5 seconds. But as you can see, the leader is just coming out of Ghost for some reason, maybe a controller disconnect. I think the AI is still taking control of that car, though, because it's trying to get into the pits for some reason, and that just sends us off all into like a Mustang centipede of full throttle fucking terror. I don't know. It was terrible. Everyone's spinning each other out, and Forza glue is in full effect. And to make matters even better, I'm getting passed by 4 dudes here on the straight to kick off lap 6 of 9. Absolutely love it. Now, the race is falling apart, but in these situations, it's just a matter of picking up the pieces and trying to put something together. In this case, I think it just means let's get a couple of positions here, try to make somewhat of a success out of the race. Anything really, so that at the end of this race, when it's all said and done, I don't chuck my controller straight into the wall once we hit that end of game menu. Slipping up the inside of 9th place is going to be a pretty good way to start that off. Now, when lap 9 eventually comes around, I'm onto the back of this pack. Everything is still very bunched up. We're all very close. I'm in 8th, but I'm only 3.5 seconds behind first place. Everyone is very tight, very close. There's a few penalties ahead as well. So if I can make a few more passes or at least stay behind these guys, I might be able to jump a couple of people as we're crossing the finish line. 2 more corners to go onto the shortcut and back to the right onto the straight. Let's see if we can use a little bit of draft, get that momentum up, and get past a couple of people. There is one Mustang rejoining the track absolutely expertly. Well done, sir. And as we come across the line, it'll be a 7th place, but with the penalties for the guys up ahead, I'm actually going to jump up into 4th. So nearly a podium after all of that. I'll take it. It was an insanely close race the entire time. Everyone was really tightly bunched together. That was good fun, and that's just really what you get out of these really close spec hopper races. I mean, you don't really want to see a Mustang Centipede all Forza glued together, but I mean, the close racing, we like to see that. The Centipede's not so much. We'll try to stay away from that, but turn 1 here, we're going to have an incident. So have a look in the top right here. This guy's name is fucking Clown. And he's going to do something very on brand. That's called just not turning. In his defense, he did pull off the whole not turning thing incredibly well. Took out just about everybody up front. And if we're being honest with each other, I think with the whole esports scene kind of creeping back into Forza Motorsport, I think the guy's got a future. Honestly, probably just about as much future as I got. But anyways, we come out of that whole debacle in 5th place. How about that word, debacle? That's a big one, baby. Another commentary ruined by me surprising myself with a medium-sized word. On the straight into the braking zone, heavy on the brakes. Not quite going to make it around the outside of Marin here. I'll just end up tapping the brakes real quick there, dropping back, giving myself some space, and we'll try to time up another move. We'll steadily make our way around this long uphill right-hander, and only a couple more corners to go on this lap 1. Marin's actually going to drift off wide into the sand, and so we wouldn't have to waste time making a move there anyways. We'll just get that free position, head back out onto the straight, and try to catch up to this pack of 3 up ahead, rounding out those top 3 spots. All right, and here at the end of lap 2 is where I start getting close enough to start thinking about how I'm going to get by these 3 around the final corner, back onto the power gradually. You don't want to spin the tires too much, so just kind of gradually blending the throttle back on. And once we get fully on that power, well, I've got a chance to do all 3 of them here, except I take a page out of Bozo the Clown's book from before and just don't turn into turn 1. Never a really good idea to do that. I'm sure you'd agree. I just really thought that dude was really smart. He seemed like a knowledgeable guy. I guess I was wrong. My analysis was a little off. And because of it, I found myself back in 4th place, once again trying to find a way through. 2nd and 3rd actually come together as we're all making our way up the hill. That'll give me a little space to slip up the inside of Green King there, now in 4th place. And once again, we'll go for the outside move into the hairpin. Right off the bat, it's not looking too good. Green King slipping up into 3rd place. I'll try my best to fight it off, but ultimately just running out of track there and falling back down into 4th place. I'm just left to continue to try to find a way to get through this pack, and it's just not working out. Once again, spitting me out right to the back of it. Although I am feeling pretty comfortable around the final corner. We had some success last lap. This time around, slipping up the inside of Green King, returning the favor. And there you go, back up into 3rd place. Got some draft from the guy in front as well. And ultimately, I'd end up keeping 3rd. Now going for the move on 2nd place It's not going to be the cleanest. Locked up there right at the end, so I'll get off the power, let him get comfortably ahead, then we can get back to racing. I've once again paid off the race officials. No penalty for that one, just a warning. So clearly the money is talking. I am very fortunate for the fair treatment. Really, really appreciate it. All right, penultimate corner. Turning in, running over the curb on the inside, back on the power, accelerating out to the left and getting ready for my favorite corner on the track. Can we make it another good one? My favorite corner, at least this race. I've taken it well, and we're going to take it well again, swooping to the right side. I've now got the inside for the hairpin, so it's just going to be a matter of me braking and turning on time, which historically I have not had a great record. This time, though, we'll make it stick. A little lock up there at the end, but all good. We got the position up into second place. Good stuff. I'd have a chance at first place, too, but around the corner that I've been taking so well all day, I'd end up screwing it up, dipping a couple tires into the beach area, and, well, I'd just lose too much momentum. It's so important to carry your speed onto the straight. Lost too much of it there, and that is what would ultimately keep me down here in second. I think if we had one more lap, I would have gotten it done. Not this time, though. We'll take second place. Another really, really fun race, though. I'll most likely be dropping back into the Mustang hopper this week. This was some fun racing. Really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, do all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do at the ends of videos, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty, bye everybody.